Go. Come on. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Even you have to smile on that one.
So last night was the premiere of not only Kevin Durant on the Houston Rockets, but the NBA's premiere, opening day. But also was the premiere of NBA on NBC. So, once again, welcome back to one of the biggest LeBron James haters channels on YouTube, Franchise Sports TV. Back again with another video. And in this video, I don't know how I feel about NBA on NBC. You know, I turn it on before I start streaming. Turn it on, of course. And I turn it on right when it first starts. And of course you get the and it's fine and everything. They showcase the older players, Magic, Patrick Ewing, all of them. And they talk about the NBA on NBC, and then they they start off with the younger dudes like Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards, the younger dudes who probably weren't around when the NBA was on NBC. The NBC probably probably was last season before the reboot. Now it's probably 2001, 2002 from what I remember, 2003. So some of these guys weren't even born yet, or too young to even remember. And then they, like I said, they showcase the legends talking about it. Then they showcase the millennials of the NBA, people like LeBron and Katie and Steph, which I thought was more inappropriate than asking about the young dudes. The young dudes, some of these dudes, like I said, weren't even around for that. And that was all fine and dandy. It just didn't give me that feel, the nostalgia feel. The song does, but it's whatever. To me, they got commentating, I think last night's game, the first game was Reggie Miller, Jamal Crawford, and Mike Perico. Mike Perico does NFL Sunday Night Football too, and I think he used to be on ESPN. Yeah, he was on ESPN at one point in time. The commentary, I barely listen to commentary. I had the volume turned down for most of the time, but some of you guys were telling me that Reggie Miller was glazing. Talk about Sagoon was better than Dirk Nowitzki, which is completely blasphemous. And of course, you had the Michael Jordan interview at halftime. I guess it's supposed to be a series of interviews. In that interview, he discussed today's current NBA, how some people probably don't like the product. He also talked about that he really hadn't touched the basketball in so long, which I don't think there ain't no truth in that, because there's videos of him at camps. There's videos of him at camps and random places shooting the basketball. So I think from what I heard, he's saying he hadn't touched the basketball in so long. But he also wishes that there was a magic pill, right? As it starts to rain. That's in the background. He wished he had a magic pill, right? And he wished that magic pill, he could take that magic pill and go back out there and play. So this guy still has a desire to play. I don't think he wants to be in the NBA, but if there was a magic pill, I guess he would be in the NBA. He'd be there. So he's always going to have that competitive nature, because that's what Jordan is and still is today. It was a competitor. He has that true competitive spirit in him. Shoot. I always say if Jordan was in the league today, he'll drop 45 a game on today's league, since the rules are so lax. The offensive players can do anything. But also, I think if he can put 45 a game, he's also locking down whoever he's holding because he's that type of person. He's that type of player. As far as the broadcast is concerned, like I said, I didn't really care much for Reggie Miller's commentary. The scoreboard. I had a problem with the scoreboard. The scoreboard was whatever, but they brought the scoreboard back from the past, the one they used to use back in the day. That would have made me even more happier. But that's just me. Overall, it's a whatever. The halftime, I guess what is it? The halftime staff or the halftime, not the halftime show, but the analysts. I guess they have Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and Carmelo Anthony, which is fine. You got 3 Hall of Famers doing it. It's better than ESPN's Malika Andrews and bloated Kendrick Perkins and whoever else is in there talking. Plus, these are Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony are recently retired, so they got to. Well, I don't know about so much T-Mac, but Vince Carter and Carmelo Anthony played in this newer era. I think Vince Carter's last game was 2020. Carmelo been retired for a year and a half now, so they got to play with some of these guys that are still playing now. Some of these younger dudes too that are coming up. Well, overall, NBA NBC in its return, I give it a B minus or B plus. No, I just give it a B. As standard B. It was alright. It was nice seeing the song come back on again. Maybe they get more craftier with it. I do like to continue to keep hearing what Michael Jordan has to say about today's league. We all thought, at first, when they first announced that he would be contributing, I really thought he'd be out there commentating. But then I said, nah, Jordan wouldn't do that. Yeah, he's made some appearances here and there in the public, but do we really expect Michael Jordan to be sitting there commentating for a couple of games this season? No. So, anyways, it was nice hearing Jordan talk about how he wish he could still be out there, which I think a lot of players, if they were older players now retired from 30 years ago, if they did have a chance to take a magic pill and found the fountain of youth or something like that, or a Lazarus pit to dump themselves in to make themselves younger, they would do it in a heartbeat just to be out there and play, because that's just who they are. Like he said in an interview, Michael Jordan said in an interview, that's just the way he is. Basketball is him. And always will be him and never leave him. But anyways, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.